What if you ran into 3 heavily armored enemies? Would you be able to survive and live to tell? Would you be able to revive a fallen teammate while also killing the enemy? How about going toe-to-toe with Logan Smits, the fiercest Chungus? In this video, I have a build to help you overcome the most difficult challenge in the Division 2. We will be making use of the new exotic mask Catharsis with a Deflector Shield build. If you are interested, do hit that like and subscribe button and we shall begin. Welcome Agent. In today's video, we're using the Catharsis mask and the Foundry Bulwark Gearset to fortify our Deflector Shield. This build is excellent for legendary missions, legendary summit, heroic control points, and heroic missions in the Division 2. It isn't your typical tank or DPS build. You can redirect the drones back to your enemies, setting off explosions that will send them flying. You might be worried about our defense from elites given that we are utilizing the Deflector Shield. Some viewers feel they require 50 to 80% protection from elites because elites target their heads rather than their shields. Some viewers observe that the snipers can damage them even if they have shields to block the sniper shots. The good news is that utilizing the Catharsis mask with the Deflector Shield can resolve these problems. Please allow me to elaborate. The Catharsis mask is the new exotic mask in the Division 2 Title Update 15. The Catharsis mask embodies the great duality of firepower and maneuver. With the talent Vicious Cycle, you gain firepower when taking damage. Each hit grants a % increase in weapon damage to a cap of 30. Upon max stacks, further damage triggers a purge, dropping a healing cloud that restores 5% of max armor for 10 seconds. So if you are taking damage from the elites, this will heal your armor and keep you alive behind the shield. To stay alive, make sure the armor bar is not in red. Red armor bar indicates that you're taking on too much damage. As you can see, the healing cloud will restore full armor quickly, but it's important to manage the timing right so that you can maneuver to a more strategic location before taking on a Chungus, Richard the Boss, and a sniper dog, all at once. In the Division 2, we have 2 other items that strengthen this duality of firepower and maneuver. You may have guessed it, the Liberty Pistol and the Deflector Shield. The Liberty Pistol grants 2% weapon damage with every hit. At max stacks, you will have 60% weapon damage added to your firepower. When you need to strengthen your defense to maneuver, you can instantly repair your shield by hitting a headshot with the Liberty Pistol. It will repair your shield for 3% per stack. You may be wondering why we pair up the Catharsis mask with the Deflector Shield. The Deflector Shield provides similar duality. It is the only shield with firepower and it provides enough survivability to maneuver. The firepower of the Deflector Shield comes from deflecting bullets back to the enemy, driven mainly by skill damage and the type of weapon your enemy is using. Shotgun is great. Minigun is even better. The harder they hit, the more they suffer. You may have concerns about how much protection the Deflector Shield can offer. After all, it is the smallest shield in the game. But if you play it right, the Catharsis Deflector Shield build is more than sufficient for you to face tank aggro smits. You can deflect the shots away from your teammate, or chase aggro smits around like a bloodhound. Even when you are using a shield with only 8.5 million shield health, 10% smaller than my previous version. Comparatively, we only have 1 repair skill attribute on this build, so the Artificer Hive is providing only 26% shield repair every time it refreshes the shield. If you're wondering whether we have enough repair skills to keep the shield up, you can check it out here. Neither the 2 heavies nor the sniper dog may cross this bridge without your okay. This provides better group support than being a meat shield. Having said that, keep in mind that shield break now causes a brief disorientation, in addition to the shield cooldown. It is better to put away the shield before it breaks. When Logan Smits is pulsing, it may be better to put the shield away than to risk losing it. This is critically important when you are in the front line. Losing the shield will put you in a tight spot. While you may still live to tell, it's a risk you can avoid. So we have talked about the mask and the shield, let us take a closer look at the rest of the build. We are using a Belstone backpack with Adrenaline Rush. This backpack provides us 1% armor regen per second and 60% bonus armor at full stacks. Do you know that you can use this backpack offensively? If you see or hear a drone controller deploying the drones, just rush toward the controller. The drones will be redirected back to the controllers, and the explosions will kill them instead. While this can be fun, try putting your shield away before it breaks. In terms of the remainder of the build, the Foundry Bulwark Gearset talent, Makeshift Repairs, is key to your survival. Whenever you or your shield take damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds. With the chest piece, we get 30% repairs instead of 20. The Foundry gloves are the second gear piece. It grants us an additional 10% total armor. The Foundry holster is the third gear piece, providing us with an additional 1% armor regeneration and 50% shield health. The Foundry knee pads are the final gear piece. It grants us the Makeshift Repairs talent. In case you missed it, in all possible secondary attributes, we are utilizing skill damage instead of repairs skill. And we have 39% protection from elites, split over 3 mod slots, on the mask, the backpack and the chest armor. Last but not least, the Foundry Bulwark Gearset is now available in the general loot pool. So you don't need to do the raid or even craft any improvised gear for this build. As usual, I will provide a solo legendary gameplay to illustrate the build's performance in a single session. Before we jump into it, I would like to give a shout out to members of the Syncofrag clan, my first channel member Matt Kramer, and all of you for watching, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on the videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Returning to the video now. The purpose of this legendary gameplay is to show how this build responds to various enemy types and to share how I modify my playstyle to the build for optimal effect. Instead of carefully filtered snapshots, you can watch how the build performs from beginning to end. If you're new to the channel, I usually showcase my new build by clearing the first 3 waves of District Union Arena on legendary level. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more gameplay. To maximize the potential of this build, rather of employing it as a full-size Bulwark shield, consider it an instrument for deflecting shots back at the enemies. What I wanted to say was, don't stand out in the open just to humiliate your enemies. Your goal is to go for priority targets such as the mini-tank operators, the drone controllers and the grenadiers. If you allow the mini-tank operators to direct the mini-tank strikes towards your position, they may be a real problem. The mini-tanks will become less effective if you can eradicate the operators early. If you can eliminate the grenadiers promptly and without putting yourself in danger, do so. The grenadiers' non-stop grenade throwing will cause substantial damage with a wide area of effects. So if one is lobbed your way, roll away fast unless you want to take a break and watch some Netflix. The second wave will arrive soon. Unlike other DPS builds, you do not have the benefit of killing them as soon as they arrive. You can, however, toss a couple grenades towards the landing area to lessen their health. With this build, you can take a lot of damage. Nonetheless, you should not expose yourself to unnecessary danger. Only take calculated risks in order to eliminate the priority target. Use cover whenever possible to lessen the damage you sustain. Watch out for enemies flanking you. There's one on the left sneaking to your back. When pursuing any priority target, keep an eye on the minimap to avoid being encircled by enemies on all sides. Do not disregard your enemies. When in doubt, move to one end of the map and push from there, making sure not to expose your back to gunfire. Once you're confident with the build, you may experiment taking on more risk in order to eliminate a high priority target. I am aware that the drone controller is protected by 3 mini-tanks, but it is crucial to eliminate her before taking on the 2 chungas from the 3rd wave that are descending down the helicopter. Because deflecting shots work better in close proximity, I'll engage both chungas in this enclosed area. You'll need to adjust your position to find the sweet spot for deflecting shots back. When you correctly deflect the shots, you can kill the enemies more quickly than a DPS build. In this video, we have looked at how to maximize the dual nature of the Catharsis Mask, Liberty Pistol, and Deflector Shield, giving you enough firepower and survivability to take on strategic positions that put your enemies at a disadvantage. In the next video, I'll go over more tips and tricks, highlighting the key positions across 3 Legendary Strongholds for optimal results. Please remember to tap the bell notification button to be notified when new content becomes available. After you've gotten rid of the chungas, it's time to go after the rest. Deflect the shots from the mini-tanks in order to take out the targets. The mini-tanks can be saved for last because they will self-destruct. This may appear to be chaotic, but there is a method to the madness. When you gain more experience with the build, you will be able to do the same. You will instinctively be hiding behind objects, limiting your enemy's lines of sight, and utilizing your bonus armor to the fullest. Similar to learning to ride a bicycle, this will require some practice. And with that, the hunt is over in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. This is a significant improvement in time to kill over the previous Deflector Shield build. I hope you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.